Hello everyone. Orgasmicpathways.com, choose your pathways. So this marks the very first video ever that is going to be a tutorial on shuffle dancing or any dance, period. I've never been a dancer before, always awkward, and it was no fun because it was just so awkward to me, but it always looked like fun until I discovered shuffling, and that changed everything. Now it's fun. It's really fun. The basics, all the pros I looked at, they said learn running man and T-stepping first. And I happen to agree. After going through all of that, I agree with all of them. Those are the basics, and so many things are based off of those moves. And as I go along and I get better, I'm going to continue to teach more stuff and put things together and freestyle, and it's going to be so much fun. This is a blast, and I'm excited that this is my first video on teaching this stuff. So I hope this blows up and a lot of people smile and just have a lot of, this is a literal happy dance. That's what drew me to it just instantly when I first saw it. It's a literal happy dance. It is so fun. The more people who do this, the more smiles we're going to see everywhere we go. It sounds so cheesy, but it's true, and I love that. All right, so let's get started. From watching all of the great teachers out there, I've learned ways of teaching this that is much more helpful than other ways. One of those ways you're going to notice is I'll show you a front view, sometimes a side view, and definitely a back view so that we're not crossing signals here between left and right. So to all of you instructors out there, if anybody is even watching this who teaches this, who's already a pro or whatever, make sure you include a back view. It is so helpful when you do, it really is. Okay, so the first move is running man. We're going to nail that. I'm going to break it down the ways that it was broken down for me that really helped me out a lot, and I know it's going to help you out a lot too. So first I'm going to show you what it looks like with the normal front view. This is running man. Most of us have at least seen this before. You can get it going really fast. Here's a slowed down version of it. To the side, behind, other side. Your arm involved, right? It's a lot of fun. Okay, so that's running man. So let's break that down. And then we're going to do T-stepping, and then we're going to combine T-stepping with running man, and that's when it starts to look really cool. So before the end of this video, you'll be able to do some basic shuffling stuff just between those two moves, and even freestyle it a bit. Go to the club, the electric Daisy Carnival, or the EDM, or whatever, the rave, whatever it is that kids are doing. Okay, so with running man, you're going to start in what they call perch. And that looks like this. So we're going to start with our right leg up. Bring your right ankle in alignment with your left knee. Sometimes I've seen people kick their leg way up here. Doesn't look as cool in my opinion, but do what you think looks cool. Right here seems to be where, and that's what the pros teach, so that's what I'm going to teach. So that's perch. That's your starting point. It's basically a two-step move that you just repeat over and over again. And it looks like this. 1, 2. So let me do that again, and I will face my back to you. So you'll see my right leg here comes up. Right ankle is in alignment with my left leg. Follow along. We're going to repeat a bunch of times because that's how we really get this down. It's going to go against the natural tendency that the brain tends to want to do. So this is going to be very much a neurological adaptation as well as great cardio exercise. So the first step of this 1-2 motion is 1. So your body is staying put. Your body isn't moving forward or backwards when you're doing this. It's staying right here. It's your feet that are going forward and backward. So remember that. So back up to perch with your right leg. 1. Your left leg is going back. Your front leg is going forward. So back up into perch. Do that 2 more times. 1. Feet together, bring your right leg back to perch. 1. While I tie my shoe, I'll make a little note. I should have made sure they were tied beforehand. But when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're not bouncing. It's a natural tendency. It's shuffling. So you want to shuffle your feet or drag your feet along the carpet like your feet are just barely touching the, well, it should be a hardwood floor. I'm on a carpet. But the flooring of whatever you're on. So like if I'm doing this, like that's bouncing, that's not really shuffling. I mean, there's a time and a place for it. So not knocking it, but this is shuffling. You can also hear it too. Hopefully you can hear nothing, like my feet are dragging along the carpet now. My feet are shuffling versus hopping. So keep that in mind. Okay, so back up to perch with your right leg. We're gonna go to 1. And then on the 2 count, you're simply gonna shuffle your right foot back right underneath your body without moving your body forward or backward. 2. And on 2, your left leg is also coming up to perch, so your left ankle is in alignment with your right knee. And then you just repeat. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so perch, right leg up. We're just going to do the 2 count on this side a couple times. Ready? 1, 2. Do it again, same side. Right leg up. 1, 2. Okay, now without a pause, instead of 1, 2, we're going to go 1, 2. Ready? Right leg up, perch. 1, 2. Right leg up into perch. 1, 2. One more time, right leg up into perch. 1, 2. And then you just repeat. Now we're going to add the other side. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Or maybe I should say 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Right leg up, perch. 1, 2, pause. 3, 4, pause. 1, 2, pause. 3, 4, pause. So this is a great way to practice it first. If it's tricky for you, I had to do it like this for a couple of days, I would say, until I was finally able to start running them together without the pause. So I got the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or I should say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, side view, 1, 2, 3, 4. So keep doing that with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So do that with me. Repeat it over and over again for several minutes. Really lock your brain, because you're rewiring your brain. The natural tendency isn't really to move our legs like this. If it is for you, then I'm jealous. It took me a while to reprogram my brain, but now it's automatic because I do it every day. But it took a couple of days for me to get it to start to become automatic. So now we're going to try it taking the pause away. So it's just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if I'm counting it like the pros do, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so here it goes. I'll do the front view first. In perch, right leg. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I'm going to do the back view. So do this with me. We'll do this for a few measures or so. Right leg up into perch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's your running man. Quick review. I will do it on all 4, front, side, back, side, and then front again. You don't have to do that. Unless you can, go for it. But I just want to show you what this looks like from all sides so that you're confident that you got this down, okay? In fact, I'll do it spinning in one direction, then spinning in the other direction. Ready? Right leg up, perch, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Yeah! Yes! We did it. High five. Okay, now that we have running man down, I'm going to show you T-step. And then I'm going to start showing you how you can combine the two and how you can start freestyling with just those two things. Okay, so T-stepping. T-stepping is where you want to start to get used to balancing and moving on one leg and being comfortable on one leg so that you can be free to freestyle and do whatever you feel. Eventually get to some point where you no longer have to think. I still have to think if I'm going beyond T-step and running man and Polly Pocket and Charleston. Polly Pocket and Charleston I'm saving for future tutorials, that won't be in this one. But just between T-step and running man, I don't feel like I'm thinking anymore. I can just freestyle between those two things in the different variations. So, T-stepping, we are going to start bouncing with our left leg just to keep everything congruent. So, bring your right leg up like so. And for this one, it's going to start like this. You're going to do this motion with your foot traveling sideways. In fact, let me just turn around so you can see right off the bat. So my right leg is up. So my left leg is down. My heel is going to travel that way while my toe travels that way. While my body travels that way. I'll show you. You'll see. So like this, basically. Swiveling my hips, or my one hip I should say, and then the other side, the other direction. Just like so. So the count for that, and then I'll show you how to add the leg next. The count is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... You saw me almost lose my balance there because this move is one of those where it's difficult to do it slow, but in terms of getting the mechanics down, kind of have to go slow at first, and then as you build up speed, it actually becomes easier once you get the mechanics down in your brain. So, let's do that again. It's good to start like this. We'll do that a couple more times through, and then I'll show you what to do with your leg right here, okay? But for now, we'll just keep it up. So, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Awesome, man. I'll do it facing you as well. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4 and... Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with our leg now. I'll go forward first, and then I'll show you the back view so you can follow along without crisscrossing our signals. So we will start bouncing on our left foot. Right leg is up in perch. So when we pivot our foot like so, our leg is just going to come down. We're going to tap the floor with our toe. Just a little tap. And back up again. So every time your toe goes left and your heel goes right, like that, that's when you bring your foot down. So it's like that. Just like that. Now we're going to travel. Just like that. Okay, so with the counting, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... I'm going to show you the back view. All right, balancing on the left, bringing the right up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's it. So let's try that a little bit faster now and see what we can do here. Ready? Up to perch. 1 and 2 and a little faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's hard to count when you're doing something that requires so much energy, but I'm glad I'm able to do it somehow. Okay, so now I'm going to show you something else with the T-step. I'm going to show you how to combine that with Running Man. They go beautifully together. So I will, for this one, I'll just start from the back view right off the bat. So with this, we've got Running Man. So go into perch, right leg up, 1 and 2 and. On the and, your foot is already up. And this is also the same start position for T-stepping, which makes it a beautiful, seamless transition into the T-step. So 1 and 2 and T-step, 4 and 1 and 2 and T-step, T-step, 1 and 2 and T-step, T-step. Okay, so that is the way you combine it. Now here's how you do it in a practical way, because obviously you can't keep repeating that, you'll run out of room. So here's one way to do it. So back up to perch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and T-step, 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 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and T-step, 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 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, T-step, T-step, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and T-step, 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 4 and Running Man, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1. That alone is a cardio workout. You could do HIIT, high intensity interval training, just on that, especially when you get it up to speed, and trying to count it when I do that, really hard. So sometimes I skip over saying the and, but I'm sure you guys understand there's supposed to be an and in there when I do skip the and. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So here's what it looks like from the front. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 4 and 5 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. So if you get that going really fast, yeah, there's no better cardio workout than that. It's amazing. Okay, now, and that's why all the shufflers online, that's why they're all so fit looking. They shuffle. It's amazing body conditioning for sure. Okay, so here's another way you can do this. So you got the 5 counts so that it works by going back and forth. Another way you can do this is simply play with the counting. So like, maybe I'll start in perch. I'll do 1 and 2 and T-step, 2 and 1, 2, 3, T-step, T-step, 2, 3, T-step, T-step. So it's like a 3 and 2 count instead of a 5 and 4. Just have to remember when you're making the transition, because it's on an odd number, to be able to go back. Otherwise you'll keep going the same direction and you'll run out of room. So at some point you got to go in the odd count and go back. But just remember whatever foot is up, that's the direction of the T-step. So if I'm running man, I don't have any room over here, and now this foot's up, I can start T-stepping this way, do another running man, T-step this way whenever I want to, that sort of a thing. So whatever foot is up, that's where you can start T-stepping. If you're up on this foot and there's no room in this direction, then you got to do another running man, 1, 2, and then do your T-step to go the other direction. Okay, so here's another count following that line of logic. So you can start on a T-step if you want to. Check this out. 1, 2, running man, running man, running man, 1, 2, running man, running man, running man, 1, 2, running man, running man, running man, 1, 2, running man. Okay, so here's another count you can do that I really like a lot. Practice all of these, guys, because it's going to really make you fluent so that you don't have to think about it anymore and you can freestyle it. So you can start with the running man, like so. T-step once, maybe. 1, 1, 2, 3, running man's 1 T-step, 1, 2, 3, 1 T-step. You'll see a lot of shufflers. If T-stepping isn't the focus of that particular routine that they're doing, they'll throw T-steps in there, but it'll just be one. It'll be like a transitionary thing between one move to another, and there's a T-step in between there. So a lot of times there's just one T-step to get to the next thing. In this case, we're just sticking with running man, and it looks pretty cool. It's awesome, so that adds more variety as well. So you got your 5, 4 count, 5 running man, 4 T-step. You got your 3, 1 count, or 3, 2 count, 3 running man, 2 T-steps, or 3 running man, 1 T-step. Or you can do 1 running man, 1 T-step. Just remember, whatever foot is up, that's the side that is prepped and ready to go T-stepping in that direction. If you want to go the other direction, just do another 1, 2, and now your other foot will be up. You can go the other direction. So that's how you mix those things. So to combine those in a way where it's just minimal as possible, minimal counts. So we got running man, T-step, running man, T-step, running man, T-step. It's like a half count of running man. It's not even, instead of 1, 2, or 1 and, it's just 1. So T-step, so the T-step still has the 2 counts. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 2 and 1 and 2. It's interesting. Actually, does a running man have a half count? Let's see, the T-step has 2 counts, and then running man, 1 and, okay. So the running man does have 1 full count. So depending on where you start. So the running man, 1 and T-step, 1 and 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 that's kind of cool too. Whenever you want to vary it up, you just vary it up because you know how to count all this stuff, and you know that whatever leg is up on the running man, that's the side you're going to be going in your T-step. So now that we've got all of that, 23 minutes in, yeah, this is a good breakdown video for sure, with lots of good practice. So you got some practice routines down, so you can really nail this, right? You get a great workout too. Now, go to my computer, wake it up. We're gonna turn this into an exercise with, you can use a metronome or a song with a certain beats per minute and decide what beats per minute you wanna do this at. And I recommend doing it progressively. Okay, so I got my metronome up on my computer. There's all kinds of metronomes, free metronomes online you can get, whatever. And also a lot of music you can do as well. And you can type in like the beats per minute, shuffling music, and you'll find songs that fit that beat per minute, because that's important, especially when you're learning. So right now we're gonna do 92 beats a minute to just a drum track. And that's something outside. And then we're gonna go faster. We'll do 100, 110, 120, maybe 130. And we'll see where we fall out. We'll see how fast I can go, how fast you can go, and we'll compete against ourselves, right? So we are going to do, to start with, we are gonna do running man, just running man, at 92. There we go, 92 beats a minute. So get in perch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and yes! Let's speed it up now. All right, this is 100 beats a minute. Here goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3. Trying to figure out what to do with my arms still. That's a weakness of mine. So you see me flailing about trying to get creative. Not bad. Very good. Let's go faster. $112. It's not letting me do 110. Here's 112. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back view. Front view. All right. Ooh. $120. While I tie my shoe, there it goes again. I need to do a better job of that. I lost it for a couple beats in that last one, but that's okay. I just flowed through it and found my rhythm again real quick. Now we're at 120. 120 is considered the norm for shuffling. It's the standard 120. So that's the goal, is to be able to comfortably do 120. Okay. Catch our breath. Start the count. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and yeah. Back view. Front view. Oh my God. All right, 132. When I first started, I wasn't doing 120. I think I can do 132, but not as long. We'll find out. Let's have fun with this. Here it goes. Catch my breath for a moment. Start the count. Go into perch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let me start that again. I messed up already. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and oh my goodness. Whew. So that was really sloppy, but I did it. I kept up with it. So that's a challenge for me. Okay, now we are going to combine T-stepping. I'm sorry. We're going to do just T-stepping, then we're going to combine them. So back to 92. Remember T-stepping, I will go here. So you can see my backside. So when we come up, I'm going to do it at half count right now, and then we'll do it at full speed to 92 beats a minute. So remember, Up to perch. 2, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So that's what it looks like, okay? Now we're gonna do it up to speed at 92 beats a minute. Ready? Get into perch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 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 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and. Let's go faster. 100. Ready? I'll face you this time. Into perch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, 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 2, 3, 4 and yeah. Ready for this one? Okay, get up into perch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and yes. 120, so this is the industry standard for shuffling. Little side note, this pivot rotation that we're doing with our hips, odds are you're not used to using those muscles, so you might feel sore for the next few days or so until you get used to it, but then you won't feel sore anymore. I'd never get sore doing this anymore, but at first I was like, oh, using muscles I never used before, so just a fair warning there. And this will also help you strengthen the muscles needed for when we do the Charleston and some other moves too, okay? 120 beats a minute. Standard beats per minute for shuffling with the T-step. Ready? Get in the perch. Gonna count 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and yes. 132. All right. If you find yourself not able to do this speed, then just half time it. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2. That's half time, okay? For those of you that are with me in the speed here, get in the perch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 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 4 and 1, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3. Yeah! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! That's so incredible! Holy cow! All right, big sweat going on here. So this is a workout at this point, right? All right, now we're going to combine the two. And for this one, we are simply going to do, see what count are we doing? We're going to start like usual with our right foot up and perch. We're going to do running man 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and, I'm sorry, that's not what we're doing. My mistake. Okay, so running man 1, See, I'm still getting the counting down on this apparently. And 2, and we're gonna do that 1, 2, because it's more practical on the dance floor, because you're probably not gonna have that much room. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that's the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. Right foot up, 1, 2. But we're going to be starting with a 2 count just to make it work mathematically. So when we start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and T-step, 1, 2, now 3 the rest of the time, 2, 2. Okay, and remember, pick whatever combo you want. The 5, 4 count, the 3, 2, the 3, 1, the 1, 1, whatever you want. Just mix and match however you want to. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Start to mix and match it. We're going to set the metronome back to 92. All right, here we go. Any which way you want to mix and match it. I don't care. Up and perch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I've already changed it up. So you do your thing, I'll do mine. Keep it in time. Now I'm doing 1, it's like, see? It's fun. Now I'm going to switch it up to some other count. Yeah, okay, let's move up. Beats per minute. Do your own thing, your own combination. Just keep it in time. Up and perch. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and okay, that's enough of that one. Move on to the next. Towards the end of that last one, my body started doing stuff I haven't shown you yet. That's just a natural tendency. So now we're at 112 beats a minute. Vary it up between running man and T-step. Ready? Maybe start on the other side, the opposite foot this time. I'm going to. Get in the perch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Perfect. All right. Now we are at the industry standard of 120. So, catch our breath for a moment. Nearly 40 minutes long this video is. Every second of it is gold. Okay, caught our breaths. Start on the opposite side again. Ready, get into perch. Do your own thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let me count that again. If you're already doing it, keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Started to lose it there. And on that one, I'm not even going to go to 132 because I was really starting to lose it on 120, the industry standard. So I still got more work to do on that one. All right, well, I know what to do to practice to get good at that for the industry standard. I just showed you guys and did it with you. All right, so the last thing I'm going to show you is going to be how to add just a little bit of variety. And I'll show you some different variations and alterations in a future video. But for now, with what I just showed you, I'm going to show you how you can spice it up just a little bit and add your own personality a little bit more. So Running Man, for example, you've already seen me do this in the demonstrations where I will turn and spin a little bit. Well, not spin, but you know what I mean. This side, back, this side, and then I go the other direction. While you're doing Running Man, you can mess with that, go this way, and go this way, go back. You can travel with it, coming towards you, going away from you, going to this diagonal direction, and immediately going back again. Just toy with that. They're little micro adjustments with your feet, but why not? And it looks kind of cool, right? And if you want to start adding T-steps into there, well, you know what the rule is, or the guide is. Whatever foot is up in your Running Man, T-step in that direction. And you can place your foot anywhere. I'll show you that more in another video, but your toe can go up here, back here. It can go across your body. Your toe doesn't even have to hit the floor at all. You can just sort of kick out like this. I do that a lot when I'm T-stepping. Instead of just a full-on toe to the floor, I'll do sort of a kick that way. Kick. And I think that looks pretty cool, to be honest with you. I love that. So let's try to mix everything up with our T-stepping and our Running Man, just based on what I've showed you. And we'll do it without the metronome first, and then we'll add some metronome after just trying it. So try it. Your own thing. Just go up in the perch, your own count, your own pace. Start with Running Man, turn, and then just start doing your own thing from here. Experiment, play with that. What do you feel? Feel something differently than me? Then do something differently than what I'm doing. Throw in a T-step, like I just did. Lots of T-steps in there, right? I'm just doing single ones because those are fun. I'll do a double, triple, and Running Man. Just whatever you feel. That's the whole point of this. It's an expression. So express how you feel with these different things I've shown you. Perfect. Now let's do it with some beats. I'm going to do this at 100 beats a minute. Get a feel for that. Just make something up. So this is perhaps your first freestyle. with just 2 moves, running man and T-stepping. So up to perch, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and God, this is fun. Are you smiling yet? I am. All right, let's move it up. 112 beats a minute. The next one will be industry standard. So start, especially at this higher speed, start with whatever is easiest for you, either a T-step or a running man. Lock into that and stay there until you feel comfortable branching out into some other variation of either running man or T-step. I'm going to start with running man, just to be an example. Perch, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm ready to branch out, T-step, turn, you do your own thing, express how you feel. All right, cool. $120 beats per minute. The industry standard. Freestyling the industry standard, which is 2 moves. Let's get to it. Up to perch. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in. Yeah. $132. Now I was struggling at 120. That was a challenge. But just for kicks and giggles, let's see what I do with 132. See what you do. If you have to half step it like, or half time it like before, go for it. Otherwise, 132. Catch my breath, catch your breath. Perch. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in. I've already lost it a couple beats. Oh man, I'm laughing at myself. All right. Didn't that feel just amazing? Orgasmicpathways.com is my website. Choose your pathways. More tutorials coming soon. 50 minutes we are at. Let me show you a couple basic stretches. You want to cool down and stretch because that is a true cardio workout. So first, stand nice and tall. Reach up on the inhale, scraping an imaginary wall behind you with straight arms. And reach, pull your body apart. And exhale back down. One more of those. Now bring your hands together in prayer hands. Draw your knees up towards your hips. Stack your shoulders on top of your hips and ankles. And then on the inhale, open your chest like this. Squeezing your shoulder blades together and exhale. One more of those. And put your ears on top of your shoulders, on top of your hips, on top of your knees, on top of your ankles. Most of your weight in your heels, but don't fall back. Okay, very good. Now, the legs. I'm not going to get too intensive into stretching. I got plenty of videos on that. Workouts, stretches, you name it. Body toning and conditioning. Tons of stuff. But this is a dance video, so we'll go light on the stretching. But just to show you something. So you're bending on your back leg, which is going to be the right leg in this example. The toe is facing this way. You're making an L shape with your feet. The front leg is straight, not locked. Don't lock the knee, but keep it straight. And then your back knee is bent a little bit. You're going to try to square off your both hips to the floor, including the right hip. And then visualize bringing your chest towards your thighs. So you're doing your best to hinge more at the hips than you are trying to bend your back. And just exhale. Big inhale so you get big exhales. Because the gains are made on the exhale. So you want to get big inhales so you can get bigger exhales. Ultimately, bigger gains in your flexibility and mobility. Now the other side. I'm going to show you just a couple more stretches that are going to be very important for what we just did. Okay, I'm going to show you a variation of a pigeon. Any variation of pigeon is fine, so pick one you want if you know them. But for this one, we're going to do a standing pigeon. If you need to grab onto something to hold your balance, fine. But balance on your left leg, bring your right leg up. You're going to put your right ankle on the thigh above your left leg. Basically, take a seat, push your knee down, and the more you get into this, the more you're going to feel your outer hip stretch out. With all those rotations that we did for T-stepping, you're going to want to stretch this out, believe me. You're going to work on your balance, hold on to nothing, like I am, holding on to nothing. Okay, come up. Now just simply switch sides. Take care of the other outer hip, outer thigh. Same thing, push down on that knee, take a seat. And the more you get into it, the more you'll feel that respective outer thigh stretch. In my opinion, this is one you should do every day, whether you're dancing or not. Oh, it's so good. Oh, yeah. Okay, now we're going to get the quadricep really quick. This is a basic one. Everyone knows this one. So balance on your left leg. Hold on to something if you need to, or work on balance like I am. Hold on to nothing. And just grab your foot, keeping your knees together. So we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not coming out to the side. Keeping your both knees down and both knees together. And just pull on that back foot. as much as you can. The more you pull on it, the more you stretch out your quadricep. And try to thrust your pelvis forward too, so you're not like this, but you're like this, with both of your knees in alignment. And your head up, chest up, and pull. Now just simply switch to the other side. Stacking everything appropriately and pull on that foot. If you like this, I have tons of free workouts. Orgasmicpathways.com. Choose your pathway. One of those pathways is the workouts. Oh, that's so good. This doubles as a workout, that's for sure. All right, one last move, and that's going to be a simple forward fold. So feet below your hips. They don't have to be together, but below your hips, below your shoulders. Hinge forward with a straight back. On the exhale, go all the way down and reach as low as you can. I've been doing this for a while, so I can go pretty deep for a guy, I think. And remember, get big inhales so you get bigger exhales, because your gains are going to be made on the exhales. And just relax into this. Release all the way down. Now, one little trick I'm going to show you, and this will be it. I want you to bend your knees, hug your chest into your thighs like this. On your next exhale, try to straighten your knees, keeping your chest glued to your thighs as much as you can. And that might help you get some more gains. Ready? Big inhale. Exhale, straighten. Oh yeah, that's so good. Did that help you out? Comment below. Tell me if that helped you out. I bet it did. I bet it did. All right, come up. Rounding the back, one vertebrae at a time. Come up. Shoulders back at the top. Reach behind you. Clasp your hands. Shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Big inhale. Big exhale. All right. Thanks everyone for being here. Wow, 58 minutes long. That's awesome. Orgasmicpathways.com. Choose your pathways and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Drop your comments if you'd like to see more of this. Drop your comments. Tell me what you prefer, Running Man or T-Step, or if you like them both the same. If you'd like a breakdown on something further, drop your comments, give me feedback, and I will most likely develop new content around what you guys are interested in, because I'm excited to do this. This is my very first ever any kind of a dance tutorial, and it happens to be a shuffle dance because I love shuffling. It's just so happy, and I love that. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.